Ah, the enigmatic dance of connection, where trust is the elusive partner and rejection lurks in the shadows. Welcome, dear viewer, to a journey through the intricate labyrinth of human relationships, where today we shall unravel the mysteries of how to build trust with an avoidant without feeling rejected. Imagine, if you will, embarking on this odyssey, armed with both wisdom and wit, much like Odysseus navigating the capricious seas, yet with a compass finely tuned to the heart's subtle vibrations. Now, let us begin this tale as one might in a fireside chat, with a story that, like a fine wine, gains depth and complexity with each sip. Picture a quaint village nestled amidst rolling hills, where the air is thick with the aroma of freshly baked bread, and the laughter of children echoes like birdsong. In this village lived a man named Edmund, a curious fellow with a penchant for collecting peculiar trinkets from the world over. Edmund, you see, had a heart as vast as the ocean, but guarded by walls as high as the mighty Himalayas. One day, he met a woman named Clara, whose eyes sparkled with the light of 1,000 stars. She was as gentle as the morning sun, and as wise as the old oak tree that stood sentinel in the village square. Clara understood the language of the heart, a rare dialect spoken fluently by few. She had encountered many a fortress in her time, built by those wary of vulnerability, and she knew that patience was her greatest ally. Now, Edmund was what we might call an avoidant, a soul who cherished solitude and found intimacy as daunting as scaling a sheer cliff face. Many had tried to reach him, only to retreat, weary and disheartened. But Clara was not deterred. She approached with the grace of a dancer, each step measured and intentional. She spoke not of grand gestures or declarations, but instead offered the quiet presence of an old friend. In the beginning, Edmund watched Clara with the skepticism of a cat eyeing a particularly energetic puppy. Yet, Clara was undeterred. She understood the rhythm of trust, that it is not a sprint, but a slow, deliberate waltz. Trust, you see, is not built in grand, sweeping arches, but in the gentle, consistent tapping of sound feet upon a wooden floor. Let us pause for a moment to consider the nature of the avoidant, that fascinating creature who retreats not out of malice, but from a deep-seated fear of vulnerability. Like a turtle, they withdraw into their shell, seeking comfort in the familiar embrace of solitude. The avoidant often fears that intimacy will lead to their undoing, that to let someone in is to invite chaos into their carefully ordered world. Yet, here lies the paradox. The avoidant craves connection as much as they fear it. It is a delicate balance, a tightrope walk between the desire to be known and the fear of being consumed. Understanding this paradox is the first step in building trust without feeling rejected. Let us return to Clara, whose gentle persistence began to wear away at the walls of Edmund's fortress. She did not demand entrance nor sought to storm the gates. Instead, she offered small tokens of her presence, a cup of tea shared in companionable silence, a book left at his doorstep with a note that read, "Thought you might enjoy this." These gestures, though seemingly insignificant, spoke volumes in the language of the heart. And so, dear viewer, we find ourselves at the crux of the matter. How does one build trust with an avoidant without feeling the sting of rejection? The answer, much like a complex puzzle, lies in understanding the nuances of human connection. It is a dance of patience and empathy, where timing and intention are as vital as the steps themselves. Firstly, we must acknowledge the avoidant's need for space, as one might respect the boundaries of an artist at work. To intrude upon their solitude is to disrupt the delicate equilibrium they have crafted. Instead, offer your presence as a gentle breeze, an invitation rather than an imposition. This, my friends, is the art of subtlety. Secondly, consistency is your greatest ally. In a world that often feels unpredictable and chaotic, the avoidant finds solace in the predictable. Be the constant in their life, the unwavering lighthouse that guides them through stormy seas. It is in this reliability that trust takes root. But what of rejection, that bitter pill we all dread swallowing? To feel rejected is to grapple with the notion that we are not enough, that our presence is an unwelcome intrusion. Yet, let us reframe this narrative. Rejection, in the context of the avoidant, is not a reflection of your worth, but a manifestation of their fear. Consider, if you will, the story of the sunflower, which turns its face towards the sun, even on the cloudiest of days. It does not lament the absence of light, but trusts that the sun will return. So, too, must we trust in the process of connection, understanding that the avoidance retreat is not a door slammed shut, but a temporary closing of curtains. Now, in this journey of building trust, it is imperative to communicate with clarity and kindness. Speak not in riddles or veiled intentions, but with honesty that resonates like a well-struck chord. Let your words be a balm to the avoidance fears, offering reassurance that you seek connection, not control. And here, dear friends, is where we find the intersection of humor and humanity. For what is life without a touch of levity? A reminder that even in the most serious of endeavors, there is room for laughter. Approach the dance of trust with the playfulness of a child skipping stones upon a pond. Let your laughter be the bridge that spans the chasm of doubt. As we near the end of our tale, let us return to Edmund and Clara, who now sit side by side beneath the old oak tree, their silence a testament to the trust they have built. It was not a journey without its challenges, nor was it one completed overnight. But through patience, empathy, and a sprinkling of humor, they forged a connection as enduring as the mountains that surrounded their village. So, dear viewer, as you embark on your own journey to build trust with an avoidant without feeling rejected, may you carry with you the wisdom of this tale. Be patient, be kind, and above all, be unwavering in your commitment to understanding. For in the end, it is the heart's gentle persistence that transforms walls into bridges and solitude into shared silence. And thus, our story concludes, not with a flourish, but with a whisper, a reminder that the journey of connection is one of life's greatest adventures. Thank you for joining me on this exploration, and may your own dance of trust be as rewarding as the tale we have shared.
If you believe this video might help someone dear to you, share it with them. A small gesture on your part could mean the world to a friend in need.